That way I've got the information. But since we've got the little mining set done, we've got the category set for it, we're going to do something else real quick. So categories has tons of different uses here. So we can actually do things such as setting cooking up. So, you know, we've already got cooking, fishing, and all that shit. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a category. Perhaps burnt? I don't think it needs a question mark, but... So we're going to save new. I'm actually going to go for burnt rabbit. We're going to save this new. I'm going to go to categories. We're going to open for burnt rabbit. And we're going to get a raw rabbit. Skinned rabbit. We actually don't want that. We want the cooked rabbit. Cooked rabbit. We can actually do burnt rabbit as well. Probability set. We're going to make it uniform. It's a 50-50 here on this one. So now that we've got this transition set, we're going to go raw rabbit, skinned rabbit. We're just going to skip over putting it on a stick. Use the raw rabbit on slow fire. Or hell, it doesn't matter what fire we set it for. We're going to do perhaps burnt. Actually, we want this in this hand. And then we want to keep the fire. Large, slow. So what this is going to do is this is going to 50-50 whenever you randomly click a raw rabbit on a fire. Instead of just automatically burning it, you've got a 50-50 chance to get it cooked or burnt. So we're going to save that. And we're going to do that for all the fire. Okay, that one's actually a forever fire. We don't want that. Fire. Large, fast, save, fire, save, fire, save. Okay, so now we've fucked up because now we've got a transition that is not what we want. We could also just do transitions like you see here. You'll see categories where you cook. This is the smart way to do this. I'm doing this the dumb way. That takes extra effort, but this way I remember. So flash, save. So now I need to watch because there is a bad transition. So this one, no. That's correct. That's correct. So see, this one, we want to delete this. We don't want to use a rabbit on a slow fire and create a flash fire. I mean, I guess in some sense, you could say that the grease of the rabbit causes the fire to flame up like that, but that's not what I want to do. But that's a simple thing we can do too, is just stuff that is like quality of life. Maybe you don't always want to burn rabbits. You can technically do stuff to set it where like you have better ovens. I know 2-hole has stuff like where you have certain amount of uses. So next up, I kind of want to do something with end stones. We're in a situation where like it's another planet. You might as well embrace the magic of it. So what we're gonna do, we're going to start end stone. So first box, this is your hand. This is what you're using the end stone on. We're going to dead sheep. Bones. And we're going to make it so that end stones bring stuff back to life. But we're going to make sure it is a sheep that is naked. Well, hell, it doesn't even matter if it's a naked sheep, honestly. And we'll just save that. Move along. Mouflon bones. Get a Moofy. Save that. Yeah, we're gonna use it as a resurrection stone. I think it's an interesting, like, little thing to do. I mean, end stones are literally only used for the apocalypse. Though, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we don't allow it on anything that is fucking, like, something that attacks. We're just gonna do it on domestics. So, like, this is a lot more work than it needs to be. For sure. But Arendelle puppy. Do I want it to be an actual puppy or... Fuck it. Let's bring the puppy back. Yeah. I know you can make a category for it. I was showing off categories earlier. It's just when I do it like this, I remember... Like, this is just fucking bloat. But, like, this is the easiest way for me to remember what I'm doing. Now I know I gotta get a beagle. Hell, that's just a regular beagle. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna actually fully do all the animals. I'll probably go through and just delete the stuff like this. Like, I don't really care about dead beagles. And of course, if you make stuff and forget, just end stone, and you can look at the transitions. So we'll just remove the puppies. So at the bottom, you can see anytime you use an end stone on something, what it's going to do. So we got sheep, Moofy, pig, and then we'll just do the cow. And of course, you can just click here, swap it down there. Yeah, you really... Messing with categories if you don't know what you're doing is gonna fuck a lot of things up. You're right about that. Generally speaking, I have only ever put categories together that are RNG. I have sat down and done, like, the color ones. So, like, red. I'm not even gonna bother with it. But yeah, like, no, it matters when you're dying or whatever. It's a lot easier to sit down and put it through the category. But honestly, if I'm doing work like this, I'd rather do it in a way that I know I'm not fucking it up. Because generally speaking, I take the Jason approach. I'm just gonna spam this shit out and call it done when it's done. So now that we got, like, some little meme stone, we've got an ore system in place. Go through. We're gonna go to objects. We are going to make... We're gonna steal an idea from the other ohols. And we're gonna make shoes that make you move faster. So, shoe. And then, of course, you can see where something sits. So, like, for the position, we see that the shoes go there. So, we see that. So, let's put... Are there any tiny wheels? Or am I gonna have to fucking do, like, the little dots? Wheel! I can make some little fucking wheelies. Let's look how this looks on the player. That looks fine to me. Though I'm not bothered by things looking jank. So because we're speeding this up, we want to up the speed value. Basically, if we want the wheelies to make people go slow, we could change the speed value, but we want to go faster. We got wheels on these bitches, might as well. So each shoe should add a little bit of speed. This is skatey. We don't want to call them wheelies because, you know, skatey shoes. I don't care that it says skatey wrong. We're gonna save the skatey shoe. Now we're gonna have to make a way to create a skatey shoe. So this needs to be on the bottom. We are going to hold rubber ball. We're gonna use rubber ball on the clog. Wooden clog shoe. We're gonna have, so this what this does, hand, use on item. We don't want anything here because we don't want the ball to be infinite. And that'll create us a little skatey shoe. So now we got the ability to move a little faster. It has a low cost. Like, it could be done better, but honestly, just like small things for now. I'm not like trying to think up the whole fucking idea of what to do. No crazy tech, nothing like that. So now we've gotten the ability to cook rabbits on fires. We made the ore vein. We got our little shoe. We'll look at making a character real quick. But making characters is kind of a pain in the ass. So we're just going to use one of the other characters as a baseline. So we can see everything here. The biggest thing with players is like they have all these bits and bobs that need to fade in and out. Like, so we click age layer. Let's see. And it's going to show you when things fade in and out. Let me not move her hair around. We just need to switch layers here. So you're going to see like all these eyeballs and shit. Like, this is what shows up when you make somebody containable. Everything shows up at once. So we're going to make a white female real quick. Easiest way to do this, we're going to remove everything we don't care about. So we're going to remove all the hair. We don't need any hair. We'll keep mouths. I don't feel like messing with the mouth. Okay, so we got a pretty blank canvas here. We're going to pick some eyes real quick. Oh yeah, better remove the nipples. The biggest thing you have to remember is these have to pop in and out at different ages. So age layer. This here. We're going to put this in age 2. These eyes change at age 16. Oh, I didn't save it, so we're gonna put 16, save that. Okay, apparently I don't remember as much with this. Oh god, not the nipples. Okay, so she has eyes that appear at age 20. That's not even remotely right. We're just gonna put them in like the goofiest place, because she's gonna be 2 when these pop in. So 2, we're gonna change her eyes at 16. Let's make sure the eyes are still working here. Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna need different eyes. So yeah, this character is gonna look absolutely fucking goofy, but obviously I'm not a character designer. And at 16, she's just gonna keep these eyes for the rest of her life, so We're gonna need some hair. So, hair.
What? You said, I don't know. Let's get you out of this hole. I'm not going to heaven as far as I can tell. I'm not going to heaven.
Slip these around.
When I opened my eyes, that love of mine was laughing. She said, you're having one hell of a dream.
Okay, age layer.
Who put the mean in ketamine?
This pops in at age 2. Pops out back out at 16. So we're gonna go to a different age layer. Yeah, the editor's fun to mess with. Okay, this needs to pop in at 2. Needs to disappear at 16. There we go. We'll look through the hairs. Let's flip that. Perfect. So of course we go age layer, hair. This comes in at 16. This is gonna disappear at 40. Obviously we would rather this like have some kind of normal progression. But again, this is just female. I'm gonna call her female 404. Before I forget. And of course, next we need to go to the next age layer. Or hell, we just need more hair. Make sure this is correct. Nope. 16. 40. That one's out. Okay, they're both out. Let's get a last little set of hair. Because again, this isn't the goal. I don't really feel like making characters because, like, am I making a clown? I'm making something, man. Okay, this shows up age 40. Goes away at 55. Hair. That is one hell of a beard. Yeah. Look, if you're playing this model, I'm sorry. Like, I would just... This is definitely a model I would die on. Okay. And this would just be the last little bit. Like I said, this is just me playing around. 55, you get that. Age layer. And at 55, you can keep it forever. So, like, that's how you do a character. Like, characters aren't that difficult to do, but, like, you want to put a little more effort than me into it. Like, obviously, I would not put that in the fucking game. I'm still gonna ship it. Like, there's no reason to not say, hey, here's a character. It looks like ass, but here's a character. So now we've made a character. We've gone through categories. We've made a little mining system. We've made some wheelie shoes. Let's see. We're gonna make sure we replace this. I want to make sure I did not just fuck up that original model. Oh no. I may or may have not accidentally replaced a regular female model. So we're gonna save her as new. And we're gonna make sure we ship that one out. This is what happens when you hit replace instead of save new. As now I've removed one of the women from the game. I've removed Jason's mom. And instead put that freak in, so... Oops. So let's get something new real quick. Okay, where? Okay. We'll make something fresh this time. I haven't made anything fresh. That certainly would explain. Okay, so we'll do something with a tag here. Let's see. So, the babies I've made before, obviously, they exist in the game file. But, you can also put the name tag on other things. I don't want to use a tool because a tool gets used up. We could put it on a hat. But still... Could put it on a car. What do we want to use a tag on? Because tags are incredibly important to know how to use too. We'll just do a stone pillar or something. Or we'll make a special pillar. I guess I could also make a hungry work item, but... Yeah, I'm just gonna do a special plaster pillar. So, you'll see this is just a little tag. When you're using the tags or whatever, you can either look them up in one tech, or Jason has notes for them. So, for example, if we change the name to plus for the tag, origin, grave. We're gonna save this as new. We're gonna go to transitions. So if we got a basket grave, we don't want defaced. So if we get a regular grave like this, get a regular plastered. We then do, oh, that's a deplastered. I'd rather use a regular plaster, but whatever. So by adding this tag, what we've done is this will now be a pillar with a name. It will be plastered wall of so-and-so, whoever we put on it. We don't have to eat the bones. So we could essentially name objects like this but the issue is then you're gonna have to go back and transition to remove it. So like, now we got this named if we wanted it. But that's not even what I want to name. So we're just gonna delete this, we don't care about that. We're gonna go back to objects. Obviously, this is not what I want, so we're gonna go to delete wherever the hell it is. Oh, the X. Oh, sorry, okay. I'm going off on a complete tangent. So, like, if you've ever seen in the Discord the egg babies I made. Let me see. Yeah, so you abuse the cistern by placing the item where the family name is. Yeah, it's a really cool bug. Basically, what I'm trying to explain is you can create items that have players' names on them. Like, you know how a grave, when you hover over it, it's like, grave of so-and-so. You can make any item have so-and-so's name on it. Like, just as a little decoration thing. So I can show the transition. Like, these little skeletons have names. Or they have players' names on them. But you could do that to any item. But that's the tag system. Like, so obviously we don't care about this. We can hungry work something. I guess if we wanted, we could re-add hungry work to fucking, killing sheep and stuff. That's Homeland. That's grid placement. So if we wanted to put something on a grid, we can literally just put it wherever we want. So like, for example, if we want to make sure something is easy to be found, we're going to use this right here, the grid placement 4040. Grid placement. Let me get this tag right. Grid placement. And we're going to put it 2020. And of course, we know what biome it is. Let me look what biome desert is worse. 5, okay. So technically, if we used grid placement, we could technically put horses every 20 tiles in the desert. Obviously, that doesn't make sense. Like, we could put the springs 2020. Yeah, back to creeping. I mean, it would really depend on, like, a resource if you wanted to put it on a grid. We don't need grid placement for most things. Let me see if there's any other tags I can look in the notes real quick. I know this is on GitHub. Tag notes. Okay, I don't feel like working with that right now, but basically there's a lot of different things you can do with the editor. The only thing that I don't fuck with is the actual animation. You could see that done in this tab, but like every time I fucking animate something, it usually causes the thing to freak out because I don't actually know what I'm doing. So I don't actually care about doing animation work. Export, this is to send the stuff to others. So we're gonna get all the stuff we created today. This tag is stream work. We're gonna export this. Now I have the aux files for Dopey. and then I can go into my game folder. All the transitions I've done today will be saved there. And as long as I make a zip of that, send the aux files, then there shouldn't be any issues with having to actually manually do the work. Because it's kind of fucking dumb to have to do the work twice. So, exports. What is the newest exports? Stream work. So we're gonna put stream work in the Discord. Content mods. Upload. Stream work. Upload that. Then I am going to upload the newest transitions. Where are my transitions? Faces, objects, transitions. Date modified. All of this is from today. We're going to make a copy. I'm gonna put that to my desktop. Oh shit, that's a really good idea. I didn't fucking think about that. That is where the name tag should be. On the fucking animals. So give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to see if I can't get that sent. I'm actually going to do the names real quick. So, to name some animals, let's get out of this, objects. Let's do it on sheep, specifically. Domestic sheep. We're going to plus origin. Grave. We're gonna save new. Well, here's the thing, is with naming it, we have to name the stuff after corpses. So, we're remembering our dead. So, you go down here. Basket of bones. That was actually a really good idea. Basket of bones original. Domestic sheep. So now we've got a sheep that's going to have a name. It's still going to be like sheep, but it's going to be like sheep so-and-so. So we're going to name the sheep. We now have sheep that are nameable. The only thing is now we need to make sure that we fucking make the sheep killable, because otherwise we're going to have infinitely living sheep with names. Ah, yes, a foot. That's a hilarious use of that tag. So we've got a sheep that can be named now. So we're gonna shift you up here. No longer need that. No longer need that. So if we get a knife. Not a butter knife. Knife. Dead sheep. Now we can kill the sheep. I have to make a variant of the shaved sheep. Shears. So we gotta go to the objects. Shorn. Plus or grave. We're gonna save new. Go back to transitions. We're going to get shears. We're going to original grave. We do not want this to kill the sheep. The shears are not meant to kill the sheep. Save. We're then gonna, of course, want a last use. Save. It's gonna show the full person's name. So, like, it's gonna be Shorn Domestic Sheep Eve Jones. Like, you're not gonna get, the sheep's not gonna just be named Eve Jones. It's gonna be Shorn Domestic Sheep and whoever's name. So, like, Shorn Domestic Sheep, Little Dick. So and so. You didn't expect sheep? Well, we got better sheep. We got sheep you can name. So now we've got the shears. So now we gotta make sure we can knife the sheep. Oh. Folks, we did a classic fuck up. We did not put the shears back. If you shear this sheep, you lose your shears. So this is why it is important to pay attention. This is a classic Jason blunder. So we're gonna go all the way to the very end. So we want to make sure shears. We do not want to break the shears just because we're shearing. So save that. Save that. And then we want to make sure we delete any kind of bad transitions. But this is all good. So we can shear them. We can kill them. And we did the same thing with the knife. So this is why it's always important to pay attention to what you're doing when you're doing content. There we go. So now we can kill the sheep that we name. We can shear them. We should probably be able to feed them. So we need shorn sheep, domestic sheep with origin name, berry. That's rabbit, mashed berry, and carrots. Okay. And we want to make sure it's an empty clay bowl. Clay. Because you don't want to feed the sheep food and then suddenly make a knife. Okay, so we can feed these sheep, we can shear these sheep, we can kill these sheep. The only thing these sheep can't do is have babies. I don't know if I feel like programming them to have babies. So we should do this with all 3 domestic types. So now we'll do the pigs. Pig. Big pig. Pig. Domestic pig. Plus grave. Save new. Let me make sure I'm not fucking this up. Grave. Ah, shit. Yeah, so I may have fucked up the... okay, see, it's not a plus, it's a pound. So, we need to go back to the sheep, real quick. Just killed, please. Just unroot. So we don't want plus, we want pounds, replace, make sure, and see, that's the good part about doing it on stream, because if I fuck up, I can at least show you how to fix it. So we're gonna replace... We're gonna fix the pig. Replace transitions. And as you can see, this is fixed. These, because the transition was already there, we replaced the names. Should be fixed now. Only thing we have left is to do the pigs and the cows. And hell, with the pigs, we don't even have to do much because you don't shear pigs. So, knife. Knife. Swap the pig up. Then we want a dead pig. Dead pig.
Sean, come on, get up. It's showtime.
Poor Mr. Pig loses his name when he dies. And then we can do this for the cows real quick. Cat. Domestic cow. Pound origin. And then once I finish all this stuff, save new, I will make sure to... we forgot to make the pig able to be made real quick, so... Origin. Want the basket. I will go through and test and make sure everything actually works on my server. It'd be kind of fucking dumb to try to push out content without fucking making sure it works. Yeah. We need a regular pig. And then we need the grave. So you can only do this with real people's graves right now. There we go. So we got named pigs. Now let's do the cow real quick. Domestic cow. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. It's really, really easy to fucking push out broken content. If you aren't paying attention, I've done it multiple times already on this stream. I have pushed stuff out that would not work. But now we got some content. So, like, now we gotta make sure we can do something with this cow, because we don't want living cows forever, because these are gonna just be troll. So, next up, we're gonna go back to the objects. We're gonna go back to our cow. We're actually gonna get the cow on the rope. Rope cow. We're going to domestic cow on rope. Pound. Origin grave. Save new. And then we want to make sure that the cow can be released. Pound origin. And we're gonna save new. Okay, back to transitions. So we got our cows, we got our sheep. So cow on rope. That's that. Domestic cow. Need to rope. That actually needs to go here. And this is blank. So what this will do, you use the rope on the cow is in hand, and then there's nothing left on the ground. Save that. Now we need a means to get the cow out of our hand. So we need to put the cow and rope in our hand. We need empty ground. If we use the cow on the empty slot, we get the rope in our hand, and we get the cow back. Save. So now we can move the named cows. Oh shit, we gotta do geese too. There's no way we can't not do geese. Like, how could I forget the geese? Give me 1 second, folks. I'm gonna go run and pee real quick. Kitties, you can't be eating me. Can't be eating me. folks. Had to do a little hydration break. Got some water. I am ready to go. Or wait, where did I set my water? Okay, one more moment. I think my water's in the sink.
Everyone's sitting around like a people garden.
Nope, I lied. It was on my desk. It was behind one of my monitors. Anyways, we'll do the geese next. We need to make sure there's a way to kill these cows. Again, we do not want to make sure that there are issues where we have animals that live forever. Or if they live forever, they have to be able to be dealt with. So, we need to get domestic cow with name. Mango leaf. I mean, I wouldn't care. Okay, so we gotta flip that around. Use the mango leaf on the cow. This leaves us with nothing in hand. Dying cow. Dead cow? We're just gonna kill the cow immediately. I don't care. Just falls over dead. So now we'll do the geese. So we gotta go back to objects. Goose. Domestic goose. And with geese, we have to make sure that the goose can be set down. That's going to be one of the big things. And because we're using animals as base and making new ones, they should all be animated. I should not have to worry about any of this shit. So, save goose. Transitions. So again, because we directly pick geese up, geese have to have the transition to be picked up and dropped. So, goose over here, empty hand. This gives us... Well, let's make a goose real quick. Bones. Now, if I was also smart, I'd be using both sides of this, but...
I break myself to pieces.
Basket of bones. Goose.
For everybody else to take.
Domestic goose. This gives us our bones.
They put it all
This gives us a
together.
named goose.
In the size and shape
Goose.
they want to make.
That's a dropped goose.
Then I
Okay.
carry around the ashes
So now we have the named goose.
of everything
We now
that
want
was before.
goose in hand plus ground. This is gonna give
Lately it
us
seems the matches
empty hands and a named goose.
are the only book
And then we're gonna want to
I'm
inverse
reaching
this.
for.
So if we don't have anything in our hand and we click on the goose goes to our hand.
Don't wanna be
And then
different
we're gonna want to kill the goose.
anymore. Don't wanna be
So
different
make some
anymore.
goose. Oh, we don't have a. Well, I don't think I really care if the goose keeps its name on the stump.
I'm trying to be different than before. I'm trying to be different
Goose
than
on
before
stump.
I change.
We're gonna go X.
When the
We're
waters
obviously
finally
skipping a step
still,
by putting the goose directly.
I can see
Goose.
all the parts that are wrong.
And obviously this has a transition, so we're gonna save this, and because we're using a tool, we want to always make sure to last use. So now the goose is nameable, killable, holdable, lovable. In that order, of course. So, in this stream, we have named animals. We have made a character. We have used categories to both make a transitional chance to burn something or cook it properly on fire. And we have used categories as well to make a RNG system of a vein that will be found in the Badlands. So, like, it's a bunch of different little things. I'm not a complete expert on this myself. but this is just the basics of how to use the editor. There's a lot of shit you can do, but obviously it's up to your imagination and your ability to draw. With that, I think I'm going to try to cook dinner. I'm going to update the mods again. I'll show you how to do that once again. So we want to make sure we get all our new objects. So we made a total of 15 new things. We're going to name this again Twitch Stream Project. We're going to export this. And then once again, I'm going to upload this to both the Discord, and then I'm going to send my transitional files as well. That way, it's not a bunch of effort on Dopey's end to have to put my shit together. But thanks for coming out, guys. I will try to do this again. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ding me in the Discord. I'm happy to try to help. Obviously, as you've seen, I stumble around just like anybody else. That's part of the learning process. But thanks, guys.